Dear all, in this session we will discuss about one of the very prominent topic nowadays in industries and corporate world, that is large language models, a key segment in generative AI. You might have seen nowadays we are in the timeline of artificial intelligence, and in artificial intelligence, generative AI is the key implementation aspect. Lots of organizations are working in this particular domain, and huge opportunities, number of job opportunities available. With the advent of AI chatbots, whether it is Gemini, Bard, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Notebook LM, you might have seen that uh, nowadays there are lots of debates that number of jobs are getting killed, so many firings are going on in corporate world. Every day you may you may be going through different news articles that top level companies are firing programmers, they are firing data analysts, they are firing so many technical experts, IT professionals, because of AI. But in this particular timeline of AI, generative AI, if we will equip ourselves with recent tools and technologies, then you will see there are lots of job opportunities available. As some of you might be here in students segment, you might be preparing for the placements. So if you will equip yourself in this particular domain, large language models, retrieval augmented generation, how to create your own chatbot, how to work on fine tuning based platforms, by which way fine tune a specific deep learning or machine learning model in minimum lines of code. Major thing is that in minimum lines of code, how to work on this particular segment. So in this particular session, we will discuss about some implementation aspects of large language models, retrieval augmented generation, that is known as RAG, model context protocol, that is MCP, and in industry, in corporate world, in corporate jobs, these technologies are asked in interviews. Nowadays, we are not in the traditional timeline of PHP, .NET, Java, VB. Nowadays, you should be comfortable with LLM technology, RAG technology, MCP technology. So we will see how to work on these segments. Okay, so as this particular session is limited time span based, so I will try to show you some platforms which you will be able to explore, you will be able to learn from different online sources. Okay, so some demonstrations I will show you. So in this particular session, in first part, I will explain about large language models, RAG. After that, we will see how to work on some machine learning implementations, some deep learning implementations, how to fine tune our own documents. For example, I want to train my own PDF file in large language model. What is large language model? At back end of each and every AI platform, there is a particular model, machine learning model, deep learning model. So from where it extract the information. For example, you are using ChatGPT. Okay, in ChatGPT, whatever question you are asking, from where it is giving you the responses, from where it is giving you that particular answer, from large language model. Okay, so at backend of each and every chatbot, whether it is Gemini, Notebook LM, Perplexity, Bard, Quora, whatever it is, at backend of every AI application, there is large language model. We should be clear about it. Very basic concept. Okay. Along with large language model, there is one more technology that is known as RAG. When ChatGPT was launched initially around 4 to 5 years back, it was only making use of LLM. You might have seen that If we move back to 3 to 4 years, when we were asking some real time questions, when we were asking some queries related to real time news, then it was giving the response that I am having answer up to this particular month and year, because it was based on only LLM. So if we are developing some AI application, if we are working on some AI platform, AI chatbot, and that is having some fixed data, fixed knowledge at the back end, at the initial level, Chat GPT, Gemini, they were having only LLM. But nowadays, you might have seen when we search something on Chat GPT, Gemini, it extract real time data also. Okay, for example, I am asking about recent news, I am asking about some particular sports activity, we are asking about some international relations. In that case, what it will do, first of all, it will search the data from its LLM, large language model. If that particular data is not available in large language model, then it will extract real time data from different portals, from different websites, from different news portals. That is known as RAG. Okay, retrieval augmented generation. And whatever information it will extract, it will augment. What is meaning of augmentation? What is meaning of augment? To add something. Whatever information is already available in LLM, that is fine. If it is available, it will give you the response, Chat GPT, Gemini, whatever it is. But if it is not available, it will extract data from real-time platforms, from portals, from social media, and then it will add in existing LLM, and then it will give you that particular response. So these two terms should be very clear to all of you, specifically students. Okay, if you are working for placement activities, if you are preparing yourself for recent technologies, because these are very commonly asked questions. What is LLM, what is RAG? Okay, you have worked on Python, what is difference in RAG and MCP? Okay, so LLM is similar to lots of books at the back end, at the back point. But whatever information is not available, that should be extracted in real time, and then it should be added. So here you can see LLM is knowledge from the training, whatever data we have trained, but RAG is LLM plus real time search. Nowadays, almost every AI chatbot is RAG based, retrieval augmented generation. Okay, you might have seen in Chat GPT or in other platforms also, when you are searching something, when you are asking some particular question, it will extract real time data, and then it will give you the responses. Now, very quickly, we will move back to the historical points from where this particular point came. Okay, it is a very common misconception that LLM, RAG, these are new technology. Actually, these are already deployed, these are already developed so many years ago. So, ChatGPT is not only the platform that is making use of AI. So, if we will move very quickly rather than taking lots of time in historical points, so very first chatbot was in 1960s with this particular name. You can see Eliza, and it was the foundation of natural language processing research into NLP for general public, for common man, for general internet users. It is available around 4 to 5 years back, as we have seen with advent of Chat GPT. Okay, but this particular technology is not new. uh, what is major difference? Nowadays, most of the organizations are creating their own LLMs. Now we will see, if we want to work on large language model based applications. For example, I want to create my own LLM. I want to fine tune a specific large language model or Chat GPT. Then which platforms, which programming languages are available? If E- As a researcher also, for example, I am doing research in generative AI. I want to propose a new model. In that case, which programming languages are available? So you can see that this is the timeline from 1960s, 1967, when Eliza was launched, and to ChatGPT. Sorry. So you can see that in this way, this particular timeline is moving. ELISA, LSTM, long short-term memory, then Stanford University, Stanford Core NLP, then Google Transformer. You can see that, and nowadays thousands of chatbots available in different segments. So now we will see, once we are aware with these basic concepts, okay, what is LLM, what is RAG, there is one more concept that is known as MCP, model context protocol. If I want to create a lightweight deep learning model, lightweight large language model, okay, we want to work on a particular SLM means small model, okay. In that case, we can use MCP. So, for example, for your institute, just if we take one very simple example, in your related to your institute, related to your organization, we want to create a chatbot, and students want to ask some questions. So, in that case, rather than working on complete LLM, we can work on MCP. So, in this way, lots of organizations, lots of institutes, corporates, they are working on their own LLMs. They are working on their own RAG. So you can see that from last 5 years, what is the elevation level? This particular market is moving exponentially, and you can see the prominence. At one time, when Netflix took around 4 years, 3.5 years to achieve 1 million users, ChatGPT achieved 1 million users in only 5 days. And if we discuss about the figure, if we discuss about the data, more than 20,000 chatbots available nowadays. Okay, so many chatbots. So, in this particular era, in this particular timeline of artificial intelligence, generative AI, we should be aware with recent technologies, with contemporary aspects of artificial intelligence. Okay, now we will see that lots of organizations, almost every organization is working on artificial intelligence, they are working on generative AI. Then which technologies we should be aware? So you can see that. So we will see some platforms which you can explore. One of the very powerful platform, one of the very prominent platform is LangChain, Olama. Okay, if I want to work with a custom model, if I want to build, if I want to deploy a language model in my laptop locally, so Olama, Jan AI. So some demonstrations I will show you about this particular platform. So you can see that open source tools. These are the open source platforms. Open source AI, easy to use products. For example, you want to work on agentic AI. You might have heard about this particular name, agentic AI. So if I want to work on these applications, agentic AI, then how to deploy, how to work, or how to practice in our laptop in free and open source distribution. So Olama is there, Jan is there, Langflow, Langflow you can explore. So you can see that. So if you are already aware with Python programming, then we can create very effective applications with Langflow, with Olama. So you can see that these are, and in free and open source distribution, we can work. So you can see Langflow to work on agentic AI, AI agents, to deploy AI agents, and MCP servers. MCP server means model context protocol. Okay, or if we want to work with RAG application, then also we can work with this particular platform. Okay, so one by one we will see how to work, by which way we will be able to work on these applications. So these links, these resources I have mentioned in this presentation, I will share this presentation to all of you at the end of this session. Okay, for example, I want to work with LangChain. For which purpose LangChain will be used? To deploy my own chatbot, to create my own AI chatbot. For example, you want to work on a particular project, whether it is a minor project or major project, then with Langflow, LangChain, you will be able to work. Now, okay, as far as programming part is concerned, we can work with these. Okay, Langflow is there. But what about the database part? One more thing we should be, sorry, very much clear that in case of AI based applications, in case of generative AI based applications, we do not work on classical databases. Classical databases means Oracle, MySQL, DB2, SQL Server. These classical databases are not used in MCP RAG based applications. In case of MCP RAG LLM based AI integrated applications, generative AI based applications, in that case we use vector databases, and these are also available in free and open source distribution. Lots of platforms available, lots of vector databases available which you can use. So for students it will be very beneficial if you want to work on a particular project, whether it is a minor project, major project, or you are doing research, then at back end of your generative AI, you should be able to link Pinecone. You should be able to link Milvus, Milvus.io. These are vector databases. So you can see that. So, so you can see that high performance vector database. So if you are comfortable, if you are aware with these technologies, then there will be better probability of your placement, better probability of your integration with the corporate world. Okay, so to some extent I will show you how to work on these applications. First of all, we are discussing about which technologies are available. Okay, Milvus is available, so you can see standalone distributed cloud-based version is available. If you want to work on generative AI-based application, generative AI-based application means I want to develop my own chatbot. I want to create my own chat application. We want to create a particular platform similar to ChatGPT, Gemini. Okay, then at backend there will be vector database, either Pinecone or Milvus or FAISS we can use. Okay, FAISS, it is integrated with Meta, Facebook AI similarity search. It is also freely available. So you can see that this one FAISS, and its documentation is also available. So you can see that this one similarity search, Facebook AI similarity search for real world applications, generative AI based applications. Now we will see some demonstrations. Okay, some demonstrations I will show you. We will start with very first application using FAISS. For this particular application, I am using Google Colab. So you can see that this is my Google Colab notebook. At end of this session, I will share all of these codes so that you will be able to work on this. Okay. So first of all, I'm connecting my notebook. Very small demonstrations we are covering here. What I am doing, first of all, I'm covering. We will see what we are going to do. For example, I want to fine tune a model in a particular GPT model, in a particular deep learning model or AI based model. I want to add my own documents. For example, these paragraphs, these four sentences I want to add. I want to add in existing large language model. Okay, so this one. So it is mentioned in this particular presentation also. So you can see that creating RAG application. So what we will do, we will make use of FAISS. This one for storing and retrieval of documents. And there is no need of any paid API. So you can see, first of all, we will take text to text transformer, and in this particular transformer we will be able to add our own documents. For example, you want to add your own documents in DeepSeek, you want to add your own documents in other platform. So if you want to take a complete list, that complete list is available on Olama. So you can see that in Olama. So all of these models available. For example, I want to see DeepSeek. Okay, DeepSeek R1, DeepSeek, different other variants. Now, if I want to fine tune this particular DeepSeek, first of all, what we will do, we will integrate it, we will download it, and after downloading it, we will add our own documents. So, very first demonstration, I am showing you how to add our own documents in existing large language model, in existing AI based model. For example, this DeepSeek is available. Okay, or you can take Gemini also. You can take O3, or if you want to work on GPT, that can also be taken. For example, you want to take GPT. So GPT OSS, Gamma, OpenChat, all variants are available here. Okay, now for demonstration, we have taken one model that is known as, you can see that this one, all mini LM, this particular model, and this specific large language model, this specific language model, we want to fine tune. Okay, in this particular fine tuning, what we want to do, we want to add these four documents, these four sentences. You can upload PDF file also, you can upload images, you can upload a text file, doc file, any number of documents you will be able to upload. It is only for demonstration. That's why we have taken only these four. Now, depending upon these four documents or depending upon these four lines, statements, we want to ask something. For example, we want to ask this particular question. So, this specific question will be asked from the document we have trained. Okay. Okay. So, if we are running it, if we are executing it, so whatever documents we have trained, so it will see to which particular sentence this query is matching to highest level. So you can see that. So it is executing, and once it is fine tuned, then it will give you the response. So from this particular document, we are asking some question. So it will see out of these four documents or out of these four statements to which it is matching to higher similarity using FAISS. Where we have used FAISS, so you can see that this one, import FAISS, it is a Python script. And in same way, if I want to work with vector database, we can import Pinecone, we can import Milvus or any other. So now you can see that collecting FAISS CPU, and then so now you can see successfully installed FAISS CPU. And with this, it will match the query that we have asked, and depending upon the best similarity, it will give you that particular response. Okay, so by this way, very small models, very small implementations you will be able to perform. So it is executing now, and it will take the data. Now you can see that it is taking this particular fine tuning is going on. Okay, whatever documents we have taken, and those documents it is training. Okay, so what is the question? This is our question. This one is the question, and what is the context? And this is the answer. From where it has taken the answer? From this particular, from these documents, whatever we have trained. For example, we are asking other question, any other part that we can specify. Okay, so this one. So by this way, we will be able to perform a specific query. If I want to put something, for example, this one. Okay. So you can see that whatever which particular question we have asked, Great Wall. So it has identified that this particular context is matching from this one. Okay, this. Is this visible to all of you? Kindly confirm. Is this visible and clear to all participants? This code snippet I will share to all of you. This is very simple implementation of fine tuning a specific document. Okay, in same way, for example, certain texts we have taken, these are four sentences, these are four statements we have taken, and we want to fine tune it. We want to add in existing model. Which model we are taking? Distill GPT-2 we have taken. So rather than this, you can take any other model. You can take DeepSeek, you can take Granite, you can take Gamma or any other model. And by this way, very small, very lightweight, fine tuning based applications you will be able to perform. Okay, so after fine tuning, for example, this particular sentence. Okay, so this one is for next line prediction. So if we are going for next line prediction, then you can see that what it is getting, which particular response it is getting. For example, this specific coding in. Okay, so this one. So from existing model, we are going for fine tuning. So you can see that it is executing now, and we will be able to work on it. And once it has taken that specific content, that specific context, then we will get the response. Okay, so you can see that this one. Okay, so you can see that. So whatever document, whatever data we have trained, whatever content we have taken, so this one. Okay, so this is very simple implementation to train our own documents, to train our own sentences, and we will be able to work. So this is very classical implementation. Now, in same way, we want to work with some implementations related to vector databases. Now we will see one demonstration related to vector databases, that is Pinecone. Okay, We will take Pinecone. So this one. So very effective projects we will be able to work with it. So simply log in. Okay. So you can create your account with Pinecone. Okay. So log in with your Google account or any open access account, open ID. This one, pinecone.io for vector database implementations. So it is executing now, and I will show you by which way we'll be able to work on it. Okay, so this is Pinecone, cloud based. Okay, if you want to deploy it on local system, that can also be done. So you can see create index. For example, you want to create a new index for data storage, so you can work on it. So you can see that this one. Okay, which cloud you want to take, it is freely available for researchers. For example, this one. Okay, in this specific index we want to store some particular data. Now we will see by which way we can work. So I am opening my command prompt. So this one is command prompt, and with command prompt I want to connect with this specific index. Okay, so first of all, I will show you that particular code. So this is Pinecone. We are working on one chat application, and this one. So by which way we will be able to connect. So you can see this is API key. What is the API key? This one Pinecone API key. This is this is Python code. This particular API key you will be able to generate. Okay, so you can see that this one is API key. Okay, this API key you can copy from here and you can put in your code. Okay, describe file. Okay, so in only 5 to 6 lines of code you will be able to extract some particular data. So you can see that for Python. And so first of all we are connecting Pinecone status, and same connection we have taken. So first of all we have to connect, and this doc.pdf file I want to upload. So this one you can see in same way as we upload in chat gpt. For example, rather than using chat gpt we want to create our own chatbot. So in that case we can use this application. Okay, so you can see that Python and pinecone status, which specific file we are uploading, and you can see that now it is available, on which date we have uploaded this specific file, this doc.pdf file we have uploaded. So very effective implementations we will be able to perform. Okay, and now depending upon this particular file that we have uploaded, we want to ask some questions. Okay, so which question we want to ask? So similar to chat gpt I want to ask this question, what this document is all about. Okay, so you can see that Python, and we are asking this particular query via command prompt. Okay, in our command window. So if we want to create its GUI application, that can also be done. So you can see that this one. So we have asked the question what this document is all about. This document is describing the infrastructure. What are the references? You can see that in Gemini, in ChatGPT, in same way references are generated. So this is very small application that we have uploaded a document, and depending upon that uploaded document we are asking some queries. Okay, So in this way, in a specific notation, if we want to secure it with some particular encryption, that can also be done. It is already encrypted, so which particular credentials we are using. So if you want to work some realistic projects related to AI, related to chat GPT, related to your own chatbot, in that case you can work with these platforms. Milvus is also available, Pinecone is available, high performance vector database. Major thing is that you should be aware with these technologies, that nowadays in uh, real world applications classical databases are not used, very less used. Okay, so you can see that if you want to build generative AI based applications, gen AI applications, then you can use Milvus, completely open source, or you can use Pinecone. Okay, Pinecone, Milvus, and so many other applications. So these platforms I have mentioned in this presentation. These codes also I have mentioned in this presentation, by which way you will be able to work. All of these scripts are available here. So these are vector databases. Pinecone is available. You can see lots of other options. So what is difference between vector database and traditional database? In case of traditional databases, you might have seen rows, columns, tuples, different data types. In case of vector database, each and everything is in numeric format. For example, you are uploading some document, you are uploading some image. At backend, each and everything is in numeric format. In traditional database, it is saved exactly as it is, okay, in text number. For example, you are uploading one document in chat gpt, you are uploading one document in Gemini. In backend, it will be saved in numeric format in this way. And similarity based search is performed. VV8 is also available. So if you want to work with VV8, you can see that AI native database, these platforms you will be able to work with it for AI engineers. So if you want to sync, if you want to go for synchronization with current market scenario, with current job market, then you should be comfortable with these technologies. Okay, VV8. You want to create RAG, you want to create agent, work with agentic AI applications, then vector databases you must explore. Okay, now dear participants, we will discuss about one more segment that is related to prompt engineering. Now I will show you some demonstrations which in which everybody will be more comfortable. It will be it will be beneficial for all of you. For example, you are working on some project writing, because once your work is complete, once your mini project or major project is complete, then at one time we have to work with project report creation, drafting or generation of project report. Then in project report generation, in work while working with some particular literature, while working with some specific documentation, we should be aware with prompt engineering. In prompt engineering, we will see how to work on some specific techniques, some specific tricks. So one demonstration I'm showing you here. I will show you some techniques, some tricks that will be beneficial for all of you in project writing, whether you are faculty member or students. Okay. For example, this is a chapter, or it is a research paper, or it is some specific document. Okay, it may be anything. For example, it is a in this particular example, it is a research paper. If you are a student, you can take a book chapter, or you can take a report. Now, what is my use case? What I'm going to show you, see this very carefully. Many times we have to create the diagrams, we have to adopt diagrams from other literature. I want to take this particular diagram, I want to use this image in my paper or in my project report or presentation. What is the general option? What is the general implementation? General implementation is I will take its screenshot. But if we will take its screenshot, it is unethical. We have to, many times we have to redraw this image. Now using AI, we will see how to create different type of image from this image. Okay, how to recreate the diagram, how to redraw the diagram. For example, any other image, okay, any other diagram. For example, this is one diagram, figure 3. Sorry. This particular figure 3, I want to use in my presentation. Rather than taking its screenshot, I want to create its another variant. Okay, so in that case, what we will do, we will go for AI chatbot. We will make use of AI chatbot. Lots of AI chatbots available. One of the very powerful, prominent chatbot is this one, Chat PDF. You can use Charlie also. You can use Charlie AI, very popular tool, AI based platform for content extraction, for image redrawing. Okay, redrawing of images. So one demonstration I will show very quickly here. For example, this one is the paper. One paper we have uploaded. Okay, simply you can upload. Now after uploading one document or one chapter, whatever it is, we want to redraw it. First of all, I will zoom it. Now you can see, for example, this one is the diagram. Okay. Now I want to redraw this diagram. I want to generate another variant of this diagram. So what I will do? I will not ask this particular platform to generate the diagram, to regenerate the diagram. I will ask it to generate graphviz dot code of figure 2, all modules and links in figure 2. So this is figure 2. This is figure 2 and what I have written here, generate graphviz.code. This is, what is this? This is known as prompt engineering. Now what we are doing, what we are covering, prompt engineering. Okay, generate graphviz.code, enter. A code will be generated. A script will be generated. You can see that this particular code is generated. Now what we will do? We will copy this code. Now this particular code is generated. Now I will copy this particular code from top to bottom and I will open a website, Dreampuff GraphViz Online. Whatever code we have taken, we will paste. Okay, and that specific code we will we will be able to paste here. Okay, so you can see that this one, generate graphviz.code, this one. Simply copy this code, whatever code we have taken from digraph to bottom, copy and paste. Now you can see that new image is generated. Now what is this? This particular image is regeneration of this particular diagram. Actual diagram is this, its recreated diagram is this one. Now nobody can say that this image is copy paste. This particular diagram, it means from a single diagram we can create any number of diagrams. Is this visible to all of you? You can see that. Is this visible to all participants? Anybody kindly confirm? And if I put this particular query again, then a new image, new diagram will be generated in same way. For example, we have, we want to generate a new variant. Okay, generate sequence diagram code for sequencediagram.org of figure 2. Okay. Now we want to generate a sequence diagram code from one image from one diagram. You can see that copy sequence diagram, this one. Now we will open a website sequencediagram.org. Whatever code we have taken, we will paste. Now you can see this particular diagram is created. If we want to create a diagram manually, for example, from this image, from this particular diagram, I will have to create sequence diagram. From this image, I want to create a sequence diagram. Manually, it will be very time consuming. But here we have directly written create sequence diagram code. Here we have directly written that create graphviz.code. In same way, related to some other paper, for example, some other book chapter or some other document, we have created some scripts. Okay, so this one s- for blockchain. Okay, this particular code, for example, for corresponding to this document figure 1, we have created this code. So copy code, paste. Now you can see that how much professional this diagram is. So this is prompt engineering. From this existing diagram, from this particular image, we have created this particular diagram. Otherwise, it will be very difficult, it will be very complex to recreate a particular image in form of a sequence diagram. Okay. In same way, if we want to generate a graphviz.code, so we have written here graphviz.code for figure 2, and you can see that this script will be generated. Graphviz.code for modules and links in figure 2. So now we will copy this particular code and we will paste here. As soon as we will paste, you can see that this diagram is created. So where is figure 2? In this particular chapter, in this particular document, we can see figure 2, for example, this one. Okay, from this particular figure 2, we have created this diagram, we have created this different variant. And now nobody can say that it is copy paste, that it is replicated from some other platform. Okay, otherwise, if I want to use it in my presentation, then we will have to modify, we will have to redraw it. Okay, so simply you can write here, if you are not having any specific document, for example, you are creating some presentation, you are working on some project report, and you are not having any PDF file, you want to create from scratch. So from ChatGPT also you will be able to use, or from Google AI Studio. Okay, aistudio.google.com. So very powerful platform. So different tools, different platforms you should be able to explore. Google AI Studio. So you can see that this one. So here you can write your prompt. Okay, sequence diagram code for which, for sequence diagram code for sequencediagram.org on types of cloud platforms. For example, I am working on some paper, I am working on some presentation, I am working on some project report, and I want to show some cloud platforms. Okay, and use cases run. So you can see that this one, this particular code is getting generated. So this is prompt engineering. You should know, you should be aware how to write the prompt. So this code is generated. Once this code is complete, we will copy this code and we will paste here. Now you can see that these are cloud platforms and use cases without uploading any document. So what we have done in Google AI Studio, we have written this particular prompt, this one. Okay. If I want to create graphviz.code, okay, graphviz.code of above, run. So you should be aware with multiple AI tools for content creation. Okay, so you can see that this one, this particular code, graphviz.code, sequence diagram code, or mermaid scripting. Now copy this code. Whatever code you have taken, paste it. Now you can see that this diagram is generated. So what I have written in Google AI Studio, in Google AI Studio, we have written graphviz.code of our theme, whatever theme we are working, cloud computing, big data. For example, I want to generate sequence diagram code for, okay, sequence diagram code for sequence diagram.org on blockchain and use cases. And these images are plagiarism free, come with 0% plagiarism. Okay, so in your project reports, uh, in your literary work, in your content, you can use it freely. So you can see that sequence diagram code on whatever topic we have given. If we want to explore different other types of diagrams, that can also be done. So I will show you which type of diagrams can be created. So copy to clipboard, copy code, paste here, and now you can see this one, blockchain core processes and use case. So if I want to download it, if I want to download and use in my paper, in my document, so you can see file system, Google Drive, OneDrive, wherever we want to use, we can use it. Okay. So in this way, you will be able to use Google AI Studio. Many times we have to create content. We have to create multimedia content. So we will see how to work with multimedia content. So these are sketches. These are classical diagrams, sequence diagram. If you want to create some other diagrams, you can go to mermaid.live. So you can see that this one. So all of these diagrams can be generated. For example, you want to generate class diagram, sequence diagram. So simply write in ChatGPT, write in Gemini, Google AI Studio, Notebook LM to create mind map code, to create Gantt chart code, or Kanban chart, Kanban plot, or entity relationship diagram code, and paste it. Okay, whatever code will be generated by Google AI Studio, you can paste, and its images will be generated. Okay, so this complete list is available in mermaid.live. Now if you want to create some multimedia content, okay, for example, we want to create some multimedia content. So you can see that this one, for example, we want to create with this one, IoT based ambulance. I want to generate IoT based ambulance with doctor and patient running on highway. Okay, for example, I want to generate this particular image. So you can see that this one with Google AI Studio. With Gemini also you can work, with Perplexity also you will be able to work with it. So you can see that this one. So multimedia content. If you are working on some agriculture, for example, agriculture robots in farming land with agriculture scientists. Okay. So different type of content, whether it is multimedia content or it is literary content or sketches, you will be able to generate. So you can see that this one, if you want to, so on click of this. So for your presentations, for your papers, for your project reports, you will be able to generate very effective content. This one. So what we have written, simply we can specify the prompt and we will be able to use. Okay. So Google AI Studio or Gemini or any other platform, you will be able to use. So now we will see one more platform that is used for for image description, for generation of image description. Very popular platform for AI based implementations, that is UPDF, updf.com. Okay, this one. Is this visible to all of you? Kindly confirm. Is it audible and visible to all participants? Are you getting this particular content properly? Kindly confirm. Anybody from organizing team? Is this visible and audible to all of you? So now, for example, we want to generate some explanation of some particular diagram or image. In that case, we can use UPDF. So you can log in with your Google account. Okay, we are logging in with our with classical account, and once logged in, then we will see some implementations. Okay, so you can see we will start with multimodal image chat. Very powerful tool, multimodal image chat. What is meaning of multimodal image chat? To get explanation of some particular image, to get detailed explanation of some specific diagram. Now I am taking one image just for demonstration. For example, cloud computing. Okay. For demonstration, I am taking one diagram so that I can show you something. Okay. For example, this one is the diagram. Now I want to write some particular content on this specific diagram. So first of all, I will download it. I will download this image. On this image, we want to get detailed explanation. So this one is the image. Now, from this particular image, I want to ask some questions. I am repeating my message. See this very carefully what I am doing. For example, I have used this image, this diagram in my presentation or in my report. In report or presentation, whenever we use some diagram, whenever we use some image, we have to write few lines. Or I want to ask some questions. This is known as image questioning. So what I will do, I will make use of UPDF. Simply upload that specific image. I will upload that diagram which I have just taken. Now I will now I can ask any type of question. You can see, explain this image. For example, from some book, I have taken one image from my mobile phone, from phone camera. We want to get detailed explanation. So you can see that in this way. So this is the actual image we have uploaded, and now it is giving us the complete explanation of that specific image. It means if I want to write a complete book on a single image, it is possible. If I want to write 10, 20, 30 pages on single diagram, it is possible. So you can see this diagram we have uploaded, and it is giving the complete explanation of diagram. Now from this diagram I want to ask some questions. I want to ask from AI, what is the relationship of hybrid cloud and mobile. Okay, what is I want to ask from AI tool, relationship of hybrid cloud and this mobile, or databases and applications. Okay, so that particular question we will ask. Elaborate relation between storage and mobile. So you can see that now it will extract the relationship between these two aspects. So any particular question we will be able to ask. So you can see that from that particular image we have uploaded, whatever diagram we have taken. So you can see that it means from a single diagram, if I want to create literature, from single image I want to create 5 to 6 pages, it is possible. So it is generating. So UPDF, multimodal image chat. One more demonstration we will see related to this. So one more demonstration we will see. For example, now we want to upload one more image, one more diagram, and corresponding to that diagram we want to ask some questions. So this is multimodal image chat. Now one diagram I am taking related to blockchain. Okay, so in blockchain I am taking one image, for example this one. Okay, now for this particular image we can take. Now this diagram we are downloading. Okay, this image we have downloaded. Now I will upload this image. After, as soon as I will upload this image, I will be able to ask the questions. We will be able to ask the queries. Okay, once this image is uploaded, then we will be able to ask the questions. Okay, this one. Chat with image. Now explain this image. Click on this, explain this image. Okay, whatever diagram, for example, some screenshot you have taken, some diagram you have taken, some image you have taken from your mobile, from camera, okay, and upload on this platform updf.com. It will give you complete explanation of that image in form of literary content. Okay, for your papers, for your presentations, because after completion of your work you will have to create its report, you have to create its presentation. So by this way you will be able to create the presentation, you will be able to ask questions from images. Okay, so this one. Now if I want to ask what is relationship of nonce and header. Okay, I want to ask, for example, some points are not clear, we want to ask some questions. Header and nonce. Okay, relation of header and nonce. So it will extract that specific content, and so you can see that it will give you complete explanation. So you can explore this platform, you can explore this tool, that is UPDF. Okay. If you want to generate it, if you want to generate the responses in paragraph format, in tabular format, in list format, you can convert. Okay. If you want to translate multilingual translation is also available. If you are creating multilingual content, regional content, if you are creating some specific literary content in a specific language, that can also be done. Okay. So multimodal image chat in different languages, in different formats, you will be able to work out. If you want to convert this complete content in paragraph format in a specific template, that can also be done. Okay. So you can explore it. That is updf.ai. Okay. So actually, also why we are covering these platforms? Actually, we have seen that most of the research and academic community is stuck to Gemini and ChatGPT. Beyond ChatGPT, beyond Gemini, loads of tools available. So we should explore. Notebook LM is also available. Okay, Notebook LM from Google. You can explore Google AI Studio. You should explore Perplexity. You should explore uh, Corapo. Thousands of tools available. Thousands of platforms available, which which are not used commonly. Okay, so rather than stucking to only ChatGPT or classical tools, you can work with these applications. Okay, UPDF is available. Charlie, you can explore Charlie.ai for document, for content extraction, for content analytics. Okay, for creating the presentations. If you want to create presentations, then presentation GPT is available. Okay, so translation of PDF, PDF to mind map. If you want to generate mind map from a particular PDF, that can also be done. So, for example, this one. Okay, one PDF I want to upload. For example, one PDF I have uploaded. I want to create its mind map, and that mind map I want to use in my presentation. So, which platforms it is using at backend GPT-5 and DeepSeek? You can see that, and automatically it will create that particular mind map, so that we will be able to understand that specific document quickly. Okay, so you will see that very quickly its mind map will be generated. Now you can see that this one automatically its mind map for quick recap, for quick analytics of the content. It is required in presentations, it is required in report generation, in different type of content generation. Okay, so you can see that this one, it is extracting data from that PDF. So for example, you have a PDF of 200 pages, 500 pages, and very quickly you want to extract the data, very quickly you want to understand that specific content. So for that you will be able to you can use AI based content, AI based platforms. Okay, so this one, and what is flow of this specific document, that we will be able to get. Okay, so this one. So whether it is mind map or image chat or anything else or some other process, you should be able to use multiple AI tools. Okay, so this one, and you will be able to generate it. Okay, so you can use these tools. You can explore these platforms for your content extraction, for content analytics, for image chatting, for mind maps or multimodal image chat. Okay. If you have any question, if you have any query, you can ask.